What's good, party people? This is your friendly neighbor, Chad the Maverick, back again with another video. And so Uranus is really entered Taurus at this point because we had the Sun and Uranus conjunction just yesterday. And to break down some time, I've been taking some time out because that last full moon, it blew my mind in a lot of ways. Even for someone who feels like resonates with himself well, there were some things that came to me and out of me that even I didn't expect to be even a thing. So it's been a doozy. I asked a poll on my Instagram, and I was like, hey, has anyone else actually felt out of place, out of touch in this in their bag, in the feeling anytime recently? And the majority of who answered, it was 76% were yeah, we have. And I'm yo, because most full moons are fine, I understand that we about to go into one, whatever. I think I neglected to understand how powerful these energies really are and how much they really shift. And I'm starting to be able to see it in different people, everyone I know who's a Taurus right now is going through this huge shift. They're going through something huge, this huge we're transitioning, right? And so I wrote a couple notes yesterday, but it was one of those things where we're transitioning into this new earth, so to speak. We're starting to see how terrible we've been treating nature. We're starting to see the effects of our neglect towards those things. We're starting to, on the mainstream side, people that are now vegan, even if you want to talk about it, Nipsey Hussle and Dr. CB, information that came out after his passing, rest in peace Nipsey, rest in power I should say. He had a representation of, or in a couple of his photos and stuff, he was saying Osiris Isis, and it's interesting how he kind of lived that out to the fullest. He did so. And for anyone who understands that, you understand. But besides the point, it's one of those things where the earth is shifting. We're starting to comprehend on a whole different level. If you haven't started a workout regimen in life, period, or any type of regimen or routine or schedule, I suggest you try to do so now. Only reason why I say that is because in due time, it's going to be one of those scenarios where your body is going to start making these choices almost for you if you don't do it yourself. So it's interesting how this Uranus, it was Earth Day yesterday. That was dope. I was yo, that's awesome. Also, for anybody who doesn't know, there's this app called Ecosia. And essentially, every time you use it, I'll probably link it down below, but every time you use it, there is for every 10 searches that you do on it, they end up planting a tree. The organization plants a tree somewhere, but there's a tree planted. One more tree planted in the world is way better because we need more of these things in the environment. But besides that, I'm on my humanitarian-ish sometimes. I just think people need to see the impacts. And the only way that people are going to honestly see impacts and understand how these things are impacting us nowadays is through social media, is through YouTube, is through seeing these things, because this is now our set media. Our medias that we're starting off Uranus and Taurus with are already set up. They're going to be popping for at least the next 7 or so years. Things that lasted are going to last for a while. And then there's going to be a new implementation after that of new ideas, and probably going towards more specific targeted groups. So for example, there may be oh, I saw this app now where it's astrology dating. I'm for real? It's hilarious. But you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it's they're going to be specialized. There's going to start to be a like an app where it's like cookers, but networking in those things. It's like there's going to be more not small business, but there's going to be more small chats and more small groups that start to formulate because people are now coming together on their values, not just on their identities. They're coming in on their values, right? So yes, there are a bunch of spiritual people out there, but spiritual people represent different things. A lot of people take their spirituality to different sides that may not be on your side or may not be 100% what you believe in. But the whole purpose of that is so you can accept what they may believe and understand that there's an in-between, this intersection where it all makes sense, where it's like all those things come together into one. And that's what Uranus is starting to show, because I always thought of Uranus as the one thing that could bypass Saturn. But it only can bypass Saturn because it already has like another. Uranus is the genius, so it already has a plan in its mind. But it's like when this is an issue when it comes to genius people or people that are like genius. Anyway, not the point. But what I'm saying is, right, like for people that are really in tune, it's hard to communicate things, because if we communicate, or if people that are under this, you know what I'm saying, they tend to not be able to speak about things before they do so, because they understand that part of it going well is due to this randomness factor. It's due to this, I know I can implement it, I have to play by the rules to this point, and then I get to do my own thing. Uranus is the representation of like learn all the rules, Saturn, and then learn how to break them and break all of it and then do your own thing, which is Uranus, which is something that like personally I did when it came to like learning music and learning how to produce. It was like, okay, so now I have to follow all the rules behind it, but how can I make it mine now? And that's something that like I've been working on. More things to hear about that very soon. I would play something now, but I'll play something at the end of the video. Not the point. What I'm saying is like this Uranus and Taurus is so powerful. So powerful. And right now, or throughout this Taurus season and toward like the end of Taurus season, when it gets to like the later degrees, we're going to be entering a time frame where Taurus, Saturn, Pluto, the Taurus, Uranus, Saturn, and Pluto are all going to trine. It's going to be a grand Earth trine. Or is it a trine? No, it's not a trine. I take that back. But no, that is a trine itself, but it's not a grand Earth trine. My fault. Because there's no Virgo. But that's not the point. What I'm saying is that, though, with that being said, it's like there's this whole new. It's like, oh, it's so crazy now. Think about it. So, Uranus is the genius idea. The genius idea is now going to trine the collapsing system in like, I want to say like what everyone deemed as societally normal, right? So even if you want to look at any celebrities or higher ups or anything like that, they're being called out on a whole different level. I think the end of the celebrity as a celebrity is starting to begin, like, because people understand it doesn't take much to be a celebrity. You're just a known person. You're a known person with a following. Anybody can get a following. Anybody can get clout. All you have to do is pretty much ask. Speaking of, if you haven't liked, subscribed, or any of that, holla at the kid. Appreciate you. Anyway, but what I'm saying is, when it comes to this all, like, we're really shifting. And I feel it, and I have been feeling it. And one thing that the full moon has brought was it brought out all your feelings, everything that you've ever like hidden, because of Chiron. Anyway, the Chiron came through, pew, pew, and just like hit everybody in their thoughts, in their mind. So it's like everyone had to take the time. Everyone connected to it. If this isn't you, this isn't you. But everyone connected to this idea or to this feeling, right? Started to really have to go back into the darkest of their thoughts and then like let them out in a way. I know I did. I had to go to something where it's like I thought there was something that had stopped bothering me a long time ago. I'm gonna resurface, and I had to like speak to someone who I trusted, just to like speak back and forth, because it's like these things are heavy. They weigh on us. They really do. And sometimes I understand that there's like Yes, there's medicines, yes, there's therapy, but sometimes just finding a trusted like companion to speak to on these things definitely can change the course of it all. So yeah, that's something that came through with the full moon, and you're supposed to have that relation. And a lot of people are starting to find people to connect with on a like mano a mano level, right? It's like one on one. It's a I trust my information, everything with you, because with you, you're something or someone I would want to build with. And this is all what it's about. Taurus is all about building. It's building, it's creating, it's making the best out of every scenario. Slowing it down, taking the best out of every scenario. And it's like you're like building, right? I had an analogy for this. I don't know, but you're build off like what you see, what's coming to you, what's inside of you, your synchronicities, the things that you're like starting to notice take place and take form. And this is how the universe, any higher power you believe in, your higher self even, like speaks to you in symbols, just speaks to you in just the things that you see on an everyday basis. Magic in itself is in the mundane. And the most mundane things is where the magic. That's why someone could be like, oh, like what you do this, how you do that. And if someone says magic, it's like, oh, like if someone, even look at sports. Wow, that pass, it was magic. Wow, that's just a magical moment there. Oh. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's moments in time where things that people never expected could happen and could be created and can be shown. And that's something that I feel like people are going to be tapping into more. Everyone's been saying the word manifest, but nobody know what it means. I've been seeing so many people say like, yeah, just manifest. It's like, so you mean just do it? You're just saying do it. So it's like, oh, you want to do this? Like, oh, you wanna start a YouTube channel? You want to talk to people that will resonate with you? Oh, you want to do that? Well, just make the channel, do it. I'm yelling at myself, but like, oh, you want to make sure more people get into it. You want to make sure people have a voice to like help them reach them. Oh, you want to do that? You want to do that? Well, make a YouTube channel. Do it. Make more videos. Where have you been? Inner dialogue. But it's one of those things where, even that talking to myself in that moment, right, was, in essence, it's like this is the type of consciousness we're shifting, the type of, we're going to be more aware of the things that we do and understand the impacts on them. But I digress. That's just my quick Uranus and Taurus update that's going on right now. I'm probably going to have more, but I've been feeling that. I want to speak more on how I feel during and how I like perceive things during it, so it helps y'all peep it and understand like this is current. These are current emotions. These are the times right now. We're entering. I just gotta anyway, but like these are the times right now. We're entering new space. And it's only going to work if you put your time in, put your focus into these things, But also, Taurus, if you want to upgrade yourself, I would suggest this is a good time to get crystals. Really good time to get crystals. I need to do so myself. But because this is a good time frame with Uranus and Taurus as well. Get crystals that fit with you. If anyone has any questions on like any crystals or what they might want to get, holla at the kid. I would love to let you know what I may understand or may not understand. But anyway, I hope everyone's good. Peace out, party people. Have a great day, great life, great night, great everything. This.